My name is Ethan Rhodes. I'm 44 years old, red-haired, and I've lived my entire life in this blue and white plaid shirt, jeans, and work boots on my farm in rural Kentucky. I raise chickens, hundreds of them. It's not glamorous, but it's honest work. Last Tuesday morning, I went to check the coop like I do every day. But something was wrong. The door was open. Not broken, just open. And inside, chaos. Feathers everywhere. Blood. Empty nests. 20 chickens gone. Just gone. My brown labrador Scout was with me. He started sniffing, agitated, then bolted out the door. I followed. Outside, there was a trail. White and brown feathers scattered across the ground, leading into the woods. Scout ran ahead, nose down, tracking something I couldn't see. "Scout, wait up!" But he didn't wait. He was on a mission. And as I followed that trail of feathers deeper into the forest, I had no idea what we'd find at the end. What we discovered wasn't what I expected. It wasn't a fox. It wasn't a coyote. It was something that would break my heart and remind me that sometimes desperation drives even the gentlest creatures to do terrible things. The trail went deep, deeper than I'd ever walked into these woods. Scout moved with purpose, pausing occasionally to sniff, then continuing. Feathers marked the path like breadcrumbs. After about 20 minutes, we reached a clearing, and there, in the center, was a makeshift shelter. Not a proper structure, just tarps strung between trees, old blankets, cardboard boxes. Someone was living here, in my woods. Scout barked. Not aggressive. Alert. "Hello," I called. "Anyone here?" No answer. But I heard something. Movement. Rustling. I approached cautiously. "I'm not here to hurt you. I just want to talk." A voice. Small. Scared. A child's voice. "Please don't call the police." I froze. "I'm not calling anyone. I just want to know what's going on." Slowly, a figure emerged from behind the tarp. A boy, maybe 10 years old. Thin, dirty, terrified. "Who are you?" I asked gently. "My name is Jamie." "What are you doing out here, Jamie?" He looked down. "Living." "Where are your parents?" His eyes filled with tears. "My mom, she's sick. Really sick. We don't have anywhere else to go." "Your mom's here?" He nodded. Led me behind the tarp. And there she was. A woman, maybe mid-30s, lying on a pile of blankets. Pale. Feverish. Barely conscious. "Ma'am, can you hear me?" Her eyes opened slightly. "Please, don't take my son, please." "I'm not taking anyone. But you need help. You need a doctor." Jamie spoke up, voice breaking. "We can't. We don't have insurance. We don't have money. We don't have anything." I looked at the boy, at his mother, at the remnants of my chickens scattered around their camp. Bones, feathers, a small fire pit where they'd cooked them. "You took my chickens." Jamie started crying. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." She was so hungry. I didn't know what else to do. I tried fishing, but I couldn't catch anything. The chickens, they were easy. "I'm sorry." My anger melted. This wasn't theft. This was survival. "How long have you been out here?" 2 weeks. Maybe 3. I don't know anymore. "And before that?" "We lived in our car. But it broke down. We couldn't fix it. So we walked. And we ended up here." I knelt beside the woman. Felt her forehead. Burning up. Infection, probably. Maybe pneumonia. "She needs a hospital. Now. We can't afford. I don't care about money. She'll die if we don't get her help." I pulled out my phone. Called 911. Gave them our location. Then I called my neighbor, Sarah, who was a retired nurse. While we waited, I learned their story. Jamie's mom, Rachel, had lost her job 6 months ago. Then their apartment. Then their car. They'd been homeless, moving from shelter to shelter, but the shelters were full. They ended up here, in my woods, with nothing. Jamie did what he could. Foraged. Stole when he had to. Took care of his mom when she got sick. A 10-year-old boy, carrying the weight of the world. You're brave, Jamie. What you did, taking care of your mom, that takes courage. I just didn't want her to die. She's not going to. Not on my watch. The ambulance arrived. Paramedics stabilized Rachel, loaded her onto a stretcher. Jamie tried to climb in with her. Sorry, kid. Family only in the ambulance. I'm her son. He's with me, I said firmly. We'll follow in my truck. At the hospital, they admitted Rachel immediately. Pneumonia, severe dehydration, malnutrition. They said if we'd waited another day, she might not have made it. Jamie sat in the waiting room, silent, scared. Scout stayed with him, head resting on the boy's lap. Is she going to be okay? Jamie whispered. The doctors are doing everything they can. What if she's not? What happens to me? Let's not think about that right now. But I was thinking about it, because if Rachel didn't make it, this boy would end up in the system. Foster care. Alone. Hours passed. Finally, a doctor came out. She's stable. We're keeping her for observation, but she should recover. Jamie burst into tears. Relief. Exhaustion. Fear melting away. But then the social worker arrived. And everything got complicated. The social worker, a woman named Mrs. Patterson, pulled me aside. Mr. Rhodes, we need to discuss Jamie's situation. What about it? His mother is in no condition to care for him. We'll need to place him in temporary foster care until she's released. No. The word came out harder than I intended. He stays with me. Sir, you're not a registered foster parent. We can't just. He's been living in my woods for weeks, taking care of his dying mother. You're not putting him in a system where he doesn't know anyone. It's protocol. I don't care about protocol. That boy needs stability. I can provide it. Mrs. Patterson softened. I understand your concern, but there are procedures. Background checks. Home inspections. It takes time. Then start the process. But in the meantime, he stays with me. I'll take full responsibility. She looked at Jamie, who was clinging to Scout, exhausted and scared. All right, temporarily, but we'll need to do a home visit within 48 hours. Fine. I took Jamie home, gave him a hot shower, clean clothes, a real meal. He ate like he hadn't seen food in weeks, which, honestly, he probably hadn't. That night, I set him up in my spare room. Scout stayed with him, refusing to leave his side. Mr. Rhodes? Call me Ethan. Ethan, why are you helping us? I stole from you. You were trying to save your mom. That's not stealing. That's love. Are you going to keep me? The question caught me off guard. What do you mean? When my mom gets out of the hospital, are you going to let us stay? Or are we going back to the woods? I sat on the edge of his bed. Jamie, you're not going back to the woods. Ever. I promise. But where will we go? We'll figure it out. Together. He cried then. Really cried. All the fear, all the stress, all the loneliness pouring out. Scout licked his face, comforting him in a way I couldn't. The next day, Mrs. Patterson came for the home visit. She inspected the house, asked questions, took notes. Mr. Rhodes, have you considered becoming Jamie's legal guardian? At least temporarily? I've thought about it. His mother will need time to recover. Months, probably. And even then, she'll need support. Housing. A job. It won't be easy. Nothing worthwhile ever is. She smiled. I'll start the paperwork. Over the next week, Jamie settled in. He helped with the farm, played with Scout, slowly started smiling again. I visited Rachel every day, updating her on Jamie's progress. Thank you, she said one afternoon, tears in her eyes. You didn't have to do this. Yes, I did. Why? You don't even know us. Because someone helped me once, when I was young and lost, and I swore if I ever had the chance, I'd pay it forward. 3 weeks later, Rachel was discharged, but she had nowhere to go, so I made a decision. Stay here, both of you. I have the space. You can help with the farm while you get back on your feet. No rent. Just be here. Be family. Rachel cried. We can't accept. You can, and you will, because that's what people do. They help each other. That was 6 months ago. Rachel and Jamie still live with me. Rachel works on the farm, helps with the chickens, manages the books. Jamie goes to school, does his homework, plays with Scout every afternoon. We're not a traditional family, but we're a family. The chickens Jamie took. I never mentioned them again, because in the grand scheme of things, 20 chickens were a small price to pay for 2 lives saved. People in town ask me why I did it, why I took in strangers, why I risked so much for people I didn't know. I tell them, because Scout showed me the way. He followed that trail of feathers not with anger, but with curiosity. He didn't attack Jamie when we found him. He sat beside him, offering comfort. Dogs don't judge. They don't see stranger or thief. They see someone in need, and they respond with love. That's the lesson. We get so caught up in what's ours, our property, our rights, our rules, but we forget we're all just trying to survive. And sometimes survival looks like stealing chickens. Sometimes it looks like living in the woods. Sometimes it looks like a 10-year-old boy doing whatever it takes to save his mom. Jamie and Rachel are doing better now. Rachel got a job in town. Jamie made friends at school. They're saving money, planning to get their own place eventually. But I hope they don't leave too soon, because they've given me something I didn't know I needed: purpose, family, a reason to keep going. The trail of feathers led to heartbreak, but it also led to healing, to connection, to the reminder that sometimes the worst moments lead to the best outcomes. Scout found them. I helped them. And together, we became something none of us expected. A family built not on blood, but on compassion. Before we go, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what city are you watching from? And if this story reminded you that kindness can change lives, that dogs lead us where we need to go, then hit that subscribe button, because Paws of History has so many more stories to share. Thank you for listening, and thanks Scout, because without him, Jamie and Rachel might still be in those woods. Or worse. Life is hard. People struggle. But if we all followed trails of feathers, if we all looked beyond the surface to see the need underneath, the world would be a kinder place. Never forget that.
Paws of History, because every story leaves a paw print, and its memories stay with us forever.